welcome to our showcase video to celebrate today's premiere of Marvel Studios' Moon Knight, which was the series I've been looking forward to ever since it was announced back in 2019. And plus, Oscar Isaac paid to win, massive pay to win, and telling by the trailers, he fits perfect for the role of Mark Spector, aka Moon Knight. So I decided to take the liberty of making this figure, which I actually started this figure all the way back in January when it first really came out. And I kind of took a break from it because I had to work on Batman and other figures. But we're finally here, and I finally finished Moon Knight, which turns out to be one of my best figures. I know I keep saying that, but so it would be like in the top 3. So yeah, I can't wait to showcase this figure, and let's get started. Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight was a massive challenge to do because I had to use mainly white paint, which any customizer will tell you this, but white paint is not easy to work with. And that was a massive problem with making this figure. I want to say a problem, but a massive challenge with making Moon Knight. With having to go through and having to work with that much white paint was not easy, but I managed to pull it off. And I knew I had to do this, and I knew it would be a challenge, but I managed to pull it off and present you with the figure that I have right here. So starting off with the cowl, of course, or at least a cowl or hood or something, whatever you like to call it. I'm just gonna call it a hood. This was a ninja cowl. I think this was a ninja hood. I just took and just sanded off the sides a little bit, just sanded on the sides, and sanded the top here, sanded like the top tip here a little bit, and I did sand this part right there a bit, and painted it all in white. And I did paint like the mask, or I think I did paint the mask design here, paint the moon logo right there. You can't see it, but it is there. Weathered it, paint a little bit of detail around here. The eyes were painted, first starting off with the light gray, and then added with the black outline, and then painted the eyes white. The cape is what I did with the cape for Batman. Just cut it out from cardstock and painted it white, and it does not have any detail or like wrinkle marks or anything. It's just fully white. I actually did have to give this 2 layers of white because I originally painted black. The torso right here was sculpted on these little bits here. This was the original torso that I made, but I realized that this area was a little bit too bumpy and very thick. So I decided not to do that, and there's actually a massive problem that happened with the arm, with this sides here, which I will not talk about because, my God, that'll make this video even longer than it already is. This was sculpted here, then painted in white, and I did engrave some of the detail on. I actually did engrave the majority of the detail here, and I did engrave that right there. Painted light gray, and then painted the symbol in gold. And now it is basically a gold chest plate, but it's covered with all of like with the mummy-esque designs. And it does have some exposing armor here. The armor is a bit exposed in these areas, which I actually did paint that here. This was just a separate piece I just sculpted and glued on. And you can see a bit of armor exposed. Bit of armor exposed there. These 2 pieces here were 3D, and the buckle here was sculpted on, and all painted in white, and painted some gray outlines here, and you can see some gray outlines out under the sculpted bits. This drape piece here, I don't know what you call this, but it does drape over the figure's body, except it makes it look like it's draped over the minifigure's body, except it's just connected on how like a waist cape would connect to a minifigure on. But I actually did glue this to the hip so that it would stay on and not break. The arms do have a lot going on. The shoulder pads here were sculpted. They're not 100% accurate, but it was the best I could do without like making these a little way too fragile and way too thin. First painted in gold and painted the white stripes and some gray outlines. You can see a bit of gold there. And same goes for here. It does have some like some of his moon rings, I believe they're called, because they're called moon rings, and that's just straight up rip off of the batarangs. Painted those and painted more gray outlines around here. The gauntlets here, I don't think are basically painted in dark gray, but these two pieces, this piece and this piece here, were 3D pieces that I just painted this design on. They're not 100% accurate, but still they work. And plus painting these designs were not easy. And it does not look the same here, but I did my best to make it look similar. Since they don't look similar at all, they just look like just a bunch of lines. So that this will continue from here. The hands do have some painted detail with a little bit of gold and some white, and actually do have some red just to represent some blood, because in some reference pictures, Moon Knight does have some blood on his hands, probably because of the amount of beating he does, which this series is going to be very brutal, which I'm really looking forward to. The back is nothing interesting. I just recently painted up the back recently, and I didn't have it, and like Batman, I didn't have any reference for the back, so yeah, so I had to improvise. But I had to make it similar to the front. I mean, it is kind of similar to the front. The legs were also 100% hand painted by me. This entire figure was just 100% hand painted by me. The legs do have some pretty decent detail on there. Actually, I had a hard time painting this design on both of the legs. I did paint some knee pads there, painted the feet. And this design was actually inspired by JQL Fix Moon Knight leg figures. I actually didn't have too many clean reference or high-res reference pictures of Moon Knight's legs, so I decided just to basically use JQL Fix Moon Knight legs as inspiration for the legs of my figure. Like I said, white paint's not, and of course you can see all that white paint, which, like I said, not easy to work with. I actually did paint the sides of this figure because apparently the white here didn't really blend or did not really match the white paint. So I decided just to paint those and just very gently just like dry brushed it on so that I can like at least look clean enough and match like the figure's main color. The legs are 100. I do have wraparound detail. If I could remove just one of the legs. The legs do have paint detail on all four sides, as you can see. Now, I did want to include a Oscar Isaac head, but that didn't end up happening, and I didn't give him any of his moon rings. I did try to sculpt one before, but it didn't look that right. And so, yeah, there you go. Moon Knight. And this is one of my most challenging figures, right next to Green Goblin. He and Green Goblin were some of the most challenging figures I've ever done. So, yeah. Now it's time to wrap up this video. Alright guys, that's going to be it for my Moon Knight showcase. Hope you all enjoyed. And please tell me know in the comments you like about this figure, and tell me what other figures I should make in the future. I did want to make Mr. Knight, but that didn't end up happening because I didn't have enough time. And I didn't want to go through working with white paint all over again, so there's that. But I may eventually make a Moon Knight, a Mr. Knight custom in the future. But we will see. I may make a figure update video, just me giving an update on all the figures I'm going to be making this year and the figures I plan on making in the future. But we will see if I do end up making that video. But yeah, please tell me what you like about this figure in the comment section below. And like the video if you are excited for Moon Knight and interested to see a brand new, different character in the MCU. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed, and this is Legomnews signing out. Have a great day, everyone.